You see, if I would if I would have cleared my throat before and not opened this, I'm ducking down so I can see the camera. If I wouldn't have done what I did, then you wouldn't have known what I did 10 seconds before I started. So I started 10 seconds early. And now I'm not even ready or even prepared. I just came on here because I was thinking. I'm just listening to all what the people say. So we seem to be, we're on this earth, okay? And today I had a recollection that we have something big time to do with Titan, the moon on Saturn. Big time. Another thing, I have a new number. It's 5,281. It's somewhere up there. Check out this number, 5,281. I got it off my, I mean, there's tons of numbers. You know, the minute you play with a number next to a number, it finds the other number, regardless. As long as you use the same tool for the whole situation, it's going to continuously show you like a string of electrical strands, and then you'll finish on that one. You'll come back to the beginning. We'll start a new row. 1, 4, 7, 10, 13, blah, 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 blah. And then 3 times all of that. Because when they shift worlds, there's 3 times as many connects. So what were we talking about? Ding, 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 in my ear. Cro-Magnon man, I didn't start studying that, but I'm going to tell you one thing about Cro-Magnon man. I think they used more the ape for standing up and walking than for his brain. I think they only gave him enough brains to do certain things and then to see how his body moves, so then they can make man's body. But the actual structure of man's body, everybody knows. Doesn't everybody know where man comes from? It's the chicken. By the time that chicken gets laid and she has her egg and that egg hatches and it gets to the chicken farm, it's like 6 days old. It's the same thing as man. Boom, boom, bang. But the 21 days in the egg make it number 27. 2 times the 7th gate. You know what my big question is? We all know this is area number 5, right? I keep calling that one the rabbit hole, as well as this one over here, and this one over here, and this one over here. When you're not looking for all these cards, they seem to pop up, right? So I'm going to actually look for, come on, big cards. Come on, no big cards. I want to double down. Where's a big card? Oh, this card I didn't study yet. Okay, here's a card. Here's the 7. I know this is number 5. I know it's number 5. Here's 1 and 3. Here's 5. These are the only 2 that are even numbers that are right here, except when you turn it this way. Okay, so what I'm going to do is this the rabbit hole or is this the rabbit hole? Because everybody knows. Look where it is on the ace. Everybody must know that space in the center must mean a lot. Okay, so anyways, we're not here, we're not there. Do you know what I figured out today? I had to change something in my metric time. Metric time, 1 minute, 1 metric minute equals 90 seconds. And then we have 64 minutes in a metric hour and 15 hours in the day. And right now I'm running at 9 hours of day and 6 hours a night. Metric. Changing this all to metric. You know why? Because if we remove a world, it doesn't really matter which world we remove 9, instead of having now 36 numbers, we would actually have 26 numbers or 25 numbers, because one of them is actually a letter. I'm never sure between the 0 and the O, or the I, or the 5 and the S, or the U and the N, and the H with 2 U's, one upside down to the other one. Could be like the UN. Pregnancy, 39 weeks at 7 days, 273 days. 273 equals 146. Everybody knows what a 146 is. It's the sides. It's the 2 pieces missing to have 6. Here's the 4. Here's the 4. Anyways, here's the 4, and the 6 will have 1 here and 1 here. And that's all it is the 6 card. So 39 weeks also means perfect. And is the pregnancy 39 weeks, 273 days? 9 months is 36 weeks. 9 by 4, isn't it? 9 months, 4 weeks, 36 weeks. and then 3 more of those extra weeks, so it comes to 39. But everybody says it's 40, because if it comes out to 39, okay, then the pregnancy, okay, depending on what it is, I don't know where I'm going to gauge it, might also say perfect, because 3 and 9 is 27, plus 12 is 39. Listen, 39 weeks, okay? 3 times 9, 27. 3 plus 9 is 12, total's 39. Number is perfect. It's not a 0.0 or a repeating, it's perfect, the number. Okay, 2 red ones on roulette. The other thing I wanted to mention is numbers, certain numbers, the shapes. The shape of the octagon is the shape of creation. The triangle is number 72. The brown dwarf star is number 72, and red is number 27. The universe, 115, which actually means the M letter with the sticks on each side. God is M. Do you know why God is M? I'm going to show you why God is M. Just let me finish here. He's got, what happens, okay, is we have 9 numbers total, right? So where do we get the next 3? The next 3, 10, 11, 12 are usually down here. But the totality of it is 1 line, 1 line, 1 line, 1 line. There's 4 lines. Okay, so you add the 4 lines onto the 9, you have a total of 13. That's why it's lucky and unlucky number 13. And that 13, okay, connects to 10, 11, 12. 13 brings it up to the next level, and the next dice where it finishes with R. You have the alpha omega of the third dice is M and R, okay? And just listen to this. The 13th and the 18th is M and R, and isn't this what it would say? Doesn't that mean something? Imar King, Imar Ming, whatever it is. This seems to come up very often, A and R together. But as you know, there is no A, but it's the angel resident of the R. Okay, this is the 18th. This is an M, 13. Okay, 1 and 3 is 4. 8 and 1 is 9. But the R with the A in front of it is an automatic 19. This ends up getting an S with it. Don't forget, the ace always carries. The 1 always carries. Just like in blackjack. Okay, same rules, same rules. So I went into this, I did that. Let me see, let me back check on some of my stuff. Is there something I can tell you? I did work on one little thing. I had heard there's something about the Mayans and 260 days. Because if they'd like to know what the 260 days is, I can explain it to them. I can also explain to you what the 1.25 days that we're missing each year for perfect weeks, 52 perfect weeks, and not 0.125. And the reason for that is because when you do the crossover in the 5 position, when you cross over once, twice, it's 5 by 5 is 25. You cross over third time, it's 125. Why stop there? Well, on the Mug and David, okay, there's 3 lines. 3 lines make 6 points, right? And that's why you stop there. 2 Mug and Davids, okay, create that, and then you have the stop sign, the Mug and David on the inside. You have the penta. What you have? Those 2 shapes: the honeybee shape, the honeycomb, and can't remember. There was something else I did. There's so much stuff. It just doesn't end. I mean, I stopped because I have to stop. I have figured out a reason for the months of the year and the way they work. We're going to leave that out for now. Just going back a little bit in time. 60 metric seconds equals 90 regular seconds equals 64 metric minutes equals 1 hour, which is 1 hour and a half. Okay, I got to change that whole thing. Because once you change this, once we change it, and we can refocus our numbers, our vibrations, or whatever, whichever way you want to go that way, we'll see whether or not the pattern is smoothed out. Or does it have us like going, you know, they have us going like the horse, let's go, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Is that what they have us inside to go? And that's why all these kids are coming up AD, I always had ADHD. I wanted to go out and I had that betting thing and bet. Anyways, what's on the next thing? Nothing. I'm going to be rolling up a joint, and if I ever did make it prime minister, I definitely take away the law about marijuana for sure. We got to make like a Walt Disney World. You know what I'm saying? But people have to understand, okay? Okay? Who is who to choose on how harmful a drug can be? Who are we as the public? How can we even possibly know? Or how much do we know that? What does it hurt? Out of all the people, let's say there's 100 people smoking, 10 of the 100 people may do it wrong and drive and whatever else. 10. Those 10 can be in their car. They could be driving fast. They could be idiots to start with, and they were probably 50% of them didn't even care. You know what I'm saying? So we can't get rid of. We need to save the people. It's time to care and understand why to care. It's okay. We'll still grow into the future. We'll still run into problems. Okay, different kind of problems, but it's easier to solve them. You know, when we have our own money back. Me, you know what I do? Anybody that's got a debt, 90% of the people cut the debt to nothing. Certain people will give them a little bit of extra money if they have nothing. Straighten it out. But you know, if it goes too easy, when a strap is too loose, it seems to tangle itself up. So you got to figure out how we can hold the reins. And then you can say, who am I to hold the reins of the people? It's for all the people. What's best for all the people. Of all the people. I mean, we can make it like a Belmont Park. You want to come into Quebec? It's $500 to get in. You want a day pass? It's $60 to get into Quebec. We want to go to the United States? Charge us $60. Nothing for business, okay? But you want to get $60 to come here into Quebec. And then nobody will actually come in, and then none of the laws will change. So you don't charge nothing, you let everybody in. But the thing is, you let everybody move in. But you can't. Quebec is French. We have to always be French. But we don't have to be fresh with the other people. There's a lot of people. I'm English. I'm living here all my life. And there's a lot of freshies out there. You know that? These young punk students. These older fellas, middle age. You see, it's a little bit of everybody, isn't it? And then again, who was I when I was younger? I was no better than them. Absolutely not. Where do we spend our money and what are we going to do? Well, it'll take a little time to fiddle its way out. But definitely marijuana. And if you're in jail for a marijuana charge and it's not for a felony of any sort, you're out, my friend. You're out. We'll give you here's 20,000. What it would cost us to keep you in jail? Here's 20 grand to start off. We don't want them selling. And we take over the drug trade, of course. We make sure everybody grows it so nobody else will grow it. So there won't be no trade. So there won't be no street dealing anymore. And everybody will grow it and the street dealing will go away, basically. So they'll find something else to sell. So the other thing they sell, let them sell it. What can you do? You can't stop them for everything, right? The street gangs, well, if that starts, well, that's easy to beat. I mean, once you got the cops out of every other corner instead of sniffing their nose where they shouldn't be, it's much easier to tackle the rest of them. Of course, you know, it's all in the minds. But it will happen. Because it's going to happen because of this. This is what's going to save us. If everybody had one of these just 6 inches long and this hard, we'd be okay. For a beige man, that is. No, this is from Moses. This is the staff of Moses. Look, and the Indians, they had to put on their barcode from heaven before they came. Obviously, they started with a red, and on this side it was for life, and they bumped into red, and then they fell into a gray area and 2 areas of green. So you figure man was in the gray area because although he might be living, you know, he might be into the green or he might be into the red. We don't know, but the Christmas colors really do count. Raphael 7286. If anybody wants me to calculate something or restructure something, no problems. There's different ways to do it. And one of the ways that really crunch my mind is because Pluto is an odd number and it's got 30 days. And the even number is Neptune and it has 31 days. And I'm thinking that Neptune, because it starts with an N and it's Neptune, it's an 8th planet, right? But the N makes it a number 5. But the 5 position takes any sex. So I'm starting to think, okay, that the 9 to have birth has now become female. The 9 is a female. The 9 is a female. And the 5 is a male. Oh my God. You know what else? FIVE. 6, 9, 22, 5 equals 42. NINE. 14, 23, 37, 42. Both numbers, same letter count. In craps, both numbers have the same payout. If you flip over their dice, they'll become each other. 5 and 9, male and female. Who cares who goes in the center in the rabbit's hole? It's time to just jump in. Let's go. We have the staff. I have more than one. I have almost 6. When you take this staff and when you hit the floor with it, like this, a big dome covers over us. And nobody can go through it. It's like elasticy. You can shoot into it whatever you want, but it'll just catch the bullet and throw it back out. It's a new kind of dome. I was thinking about it today. I said, that's what it's going to be. In my book, there's now a staff and a dome. I thought I was going to say a stiff staff and a dome. No, but anyways, I have no staff at all. I work all alone. Okay, that's it, Ronnie. Take it out of your hands. Raphael 7286, the constellation of Pegasus. Check this new one out, 5281. And maybe between some 3,003 away, 4283, from 4283 to 5281. What's in there? These are my numbers that I got about 7 years ago that I really never tested them out. I mean, I found Pegasus, and that was in my dream, and my numbers ended up showing up there, so that was good. Now this one also connects. Don't forget, what's in the sky is on the ground. Otherwise, the astronomers would have stopped a long time ago. These guys are always in the sky. The stars are giving away points on the ground. Things that will happen in the sky will come down here to the ground. In what reflection? Will they come like a lake, or will they be the exact reversion? Meaning what's here in the star will be actually happen at the other end of the world. We don't know. I don't know. Raphael 7286. And my lovely horse, the constellation of Pegasus. And you know what I want to do when Pegasus comes? I want to own my own mountain up north, and I want her to fly me off the mountain wherever I want to go, and someday maybe I'll turn into Pegasus the horse, and I'll come here to save her. Just remember, the club is the brain, the spade is the man, the heart is the woman, the diamond is the spirit. The diamond is worth 2.5. Why is it worth 2.5? Because there's one dot at the top, there are 2 in the center, and there's 1 in the bottom. These split. This one and this one have full value. Total of 4. One-dimensional.